So today we're gonna do framing, okay? Last week we talked about it, but we really didn't get to do much of it. So framing, first of all, you have to understand all these pictures are 4 by 6, okay? And these cards are also 4 by 6. Now, if you have bigger paper, you can certainly cut bigger pieces than 4 by 6, okay? And this is the quickest way of framing, is to cut down your picture, put your picture smack in the middle, and you have a frame, okay? Now, so you say, my picture is too big, what do I do? So I'll use this as an example. This picture is, if I put it there, then there's nothing to do, right? So what you do is you decide on your own picture where you're gonna cut so that you can still see the picture. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut this picture. And what you do is, I just look at this picture. I'm gonna give this picture a very wide frame because there's not much going on here. It's just two boys sitting in a bunch of chairs. So I'm gonna cut off 1/2 inch on top and bottom, 1/2 inch on both sides. So I'm actually shrinking this picture by a full 1 inch. Instead of a 4 by 6, I'm gonna have a 3 by 5 picture. So that when I put it on this frame, I would have a 1/4 inch border on each side, okay? So I'm gonna turn the picture around. Okay, I know I'm gonna cut it off. So I'm gonna turn it around. Now, I think you should, if you wanna do this, you should follow me now, okay? Take a pen, take a ruler. Now you can measure a 1/4 inch. So I'm measuring a 1/4 inch like this. And I'm putting a mark on here. Okay, now I'm gonna use a red pen so that you can see it. This is on the back side of the picture. So I'm gonna put a mark here. And then I'm gonna put a mark here. And then basically draw a line with a ruler. Okay, and I do the same over here.
你们每个人有相片的，你们现在拿你的相片出来，每个人拿你的相片出来，就跟老師一樣的做，剪，係啊，剪你哋嘅相，依家開始剪。
嗱我又再 then now I'm gonna do another border here because I know I want it to be balanced, and I'm gonna take another 1/4 inch out. So you mark it, and then after I mark it, there's your scissors, and I'm gonna cut it along the line. Now I know that we are doing introductory class, okay? So I'm going really slow. And this is a technique in cutting. Let me show you this as an example, okay? Let me show you just this. If I take a piece of paper, most people cut like this. Most people they go like this, and they go like that, okay? They go like that. But you notice every time you move your scissors up and down, you're gonna create ridges along the paper. The best thing is to be able to cut it all as little movement as possible, okay? So for example, if I want to cut a piece of paper like this, and I have these lines here to show myself, so instead of going like this, now this, okay, is not as even as if you put your scissors, the blade, right up against the one line and do a complete cut like that. You see, don't move your blade. It's straighter that way, okay? And when you can't go anymore, okay, I'll move my blade one more time. Then you only have 2 movements of the cuts. The point is that the less you move your blade along, the smoother and straighter your line is, okay? So I will apply the same theory to cutting pictures. So I'm not gonna go like that, okay? I'm gonna go cut, take your scissors, open as wide as you can, push it against that red line, the tip, and I go one stroke. I don't know, I know I can't go all through because my scissors blade is not 4 inches wide, but I go as far as I can without moving it. Now almost to the end. Now I open it up and one more cut. Then I'm done. Now the reason I'm showing you this is because we don't have a cutter, okay? When you get your cutter, it will be a one-stroke cut. It'll be chomp, and then you chop it off, and it's really always straight, okay? So we have to simulate the cutter by opening out our blade, cut, now the reason why cutting is so important is because you're not just done with cutting a picture. You have to remember the cutting is only the first thing. After you cut the picture, you have to place it on. If your cut is all crooked, it will show up, okay? If you're all, like if it's not even, it will all show up because the frame actually show up the flaws unless your cutting is almost perfect, okay? So now I'm gonna do the same for the horizontal line. I'm gonna do another quarter and a quarter, okay? So check out your pictures and see, pick a picture that you have that you want to learn to cut and frame.
At this point, now, Elaine, at this point, do you want to give them time to catch up to do the cutting?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do it and you do it too, okay? But I'll show you different ways of framing as well, okay? So I'm gonna finish this off and you guys go ahead and do your cutting. Now, when I say quarter inch, sorry, every picture is different, okay? I haven't seen your pictures. So if you don't want to cut quarter inch, that's fine, okay? Maybe you cut very little. If your picture is really full, if your images, like for example, this image, okay, but this one is not fair. This one I already cut it down already. If you have people right to the edge and you can't cut anymore, then I would advise you get a bigger piece than 4x6, but I'm assuming that your 4x6 picture all have what we call dead space. Last week we talked about that. Spaces that you can cut, you can afford to cut. Like for example, this picture, the dead space is here. If my frame is not big enough, I can cut it down to here and I still have a good picture. Okay, so it's really up to you. So every picture is a little bit different. But I want you guys to show me the picture after you're done. So I'm gonna finish this picture first, okay? I don't know where you are. If you guys have something done already, you can just put it against the frame and can show me, so I can see that you've done something similar.
Say that in Chinese too if you want them to show you something.
OK， 嗱，如果你哋已經剪咗幅相，嗱你未黐上去嘅，但係你可以擺喺嗰個框嘅上邊，你拎起嚟擺上個 camera 度俾我睇下，等我知道你哋有剪咗嗰個幅，即係嗰幅嘢。
風鈴樹。
Okay, that's very nice, Sandy's. Sandy, can I see it again, please?
语音啊，如果你已经剪了，你给老师看看。
I want to see Sandy's picture. She had a good picture.
Oh, nice.
What is
Very
Sandy
nice.
Oh, now I lost Sandy. Where is Sandy?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see Sandy. How come I can't see Sandy?
Yeah,
Sandy.
very nice.
Sandy. Okay.
You just need to scroll your screen, Elaine. You scroll your screen, you'll
Can
be
I
able
put
to
it in gallery view? Ah, that's much better. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Elaine. Oh, that's a very nice picture you got. Okay. See now, Elaine's picture is smack in the middle. Okay, Shu Guan. Yeah, yeah. Now that picture, is it a picture on the beach, right? So that's why the whole background is white. I still haven't seen Sandy's picture. Can I see Sandy's picture? Because I know she had one done already. No?
You want to see?
Picture, please. Okay. Now I'm just gonna show you very quickly. When you have a picture.
Sorry, Elaine 你要開聲啊！如果你要講嘢。
Oh, okay.
係。sorry， 我刪咗。係 Sandy， 你將你個相擠你個頭嗰度啊，因為老師想睇你個相啊。
係，我見到你幅相好靚，但係你太快，我睇唔到。
擠高啲喺呢個眼嗰度嗰個位置。
舉高佢，舉高佢，舉高佢。Wow, very nice, very nice. Okay, good. Okay, 得啦，你哋我知道你得啦。嗱，而家第二個步驟咧，我 just 教你哋 just 黐咗佢。嗱 ，I'm just gonna show you just stick it down and it's very simple. But 嗱，你哋唔好黐住，點解咧？或者你會改變主意 ，OK？ 因為今日我會教你4種唔同嘅雙法 ，OK？ 所以你或者話我唔中意咁樣，嗱呢個係最基本嘅雙法咧，我唔中意 ，OK fine。所以我叫你唔好黐，但我會黐俾你哋睇 ，OK？ 好簡單嘅啫，你就係攞你呢個OK， 開咗佢先，係呢個好似人哋嗰啲correction tape 咁。嗱，我 usually 咧我就喺個角落頭度嘅 ，OK？ 因為個角落頭咧係最緊要嘅。嗱，你睇到啦，你睇唔睇到？我唔知你睇唔到，因為佢冇顏色 ，OK？ 我就打斜角拉少少，咁樣黐咗佢 ，OK？ 因為咧，你會發覺做 scrapbooking 咧，用得最多咧就係 tape。You're gonna use tape so much because the whole process you need tape to tape down everything. So you're gonna go through tape like going through water, okay? So over the years, I learned to try to save a little bit. Otherwise, I'm constantly buying tape, okay? Now this there. So I got 4-corner tape. This tape only gives you a 26.5 feet long. It's not very much. You think 26 is a lot, it's not. But a lot of people go the whole length, okay? Then you use even more tape. So it's really up to you, okay? So I because you're just starting, and unless you go to dollar store and buy a whole bunch, okay? I actually cleaned out the one over at Beacon Hill the other day. I'm sure they will restock, okay? So that's it, okay? You put it down in the middle and you eye it with your eyes, okay? Now this is not a good example because my color is, okay, I'll use this as an example. I'll use this color. The thing is, it's easier to see when you're on a dark color. So last time I told you, when I do it, my head hover over the picture so that I can see it on the top. Because if you sit back, you usually don't see all of it. And when you put it down, you say, oh, the top is off, okay? So you put your head over it, then you can see that it's all even, and then you put it down, okay? And that's it, okay? Now I'm gonna show you something else too. This is so that you can help yourself. So you say, oh no, I did it wrong. I don't like the way I put it. This is just a letter opener, okay? It's very simple. Everybody has something like that at home, or even a knife, a sharp knife, sorry, not a sharp knife, pardon me, a thin knife with a thin blade would do, okay? If you say, I don't like this, what you do is you take your picture and you slide this underneath, okay? And you just slide it off. You see how easy it is? You slide off, okay? Because these kind of tape for scrapbooking is called repositioning tape. That means you can take it off if you want to, okay? I will keep talking about this later on. Some tapes are very, very strong, and once you use it, nothing can move. But the ones that we use for now, is called repositioning tape, okay? And I will introduce you to stronger tape later on, so don't worry. But then that would allow you to take the tape off. There, see, I take it off. The only thing remember is this tape, don't let it touch the top of your picture. It will ruin your picture. Because if you get tape on here, you can't get it off, okay? Even if you try to scrape it off, it will ruin your picture, okay? So tape only on the back of the paper. And these are acid-free tape. That's why we can only use this tape. Do not use Scotch tape, okay? Do not go use your masking tape, no, okay? Because those have acid, and I said last week, acid will turn your picture yellow, and they will also bubble. What I mean by bubble is the paper becomes, it'll become like bubbles, like because the acid erode the material from the photocopying, from the photo finishing, okay? It'll interact with the chemical, and it will ruin your picture, okay? So there.
So excuse me, when we finish, so we have to buy this tape. It's called craft tape.
Yes,
Is it called
later, you can buy a little bit more economical than this, because this is only 26 feet and it has a dispenser,
yeah.
Okay? When I get to the class on adhesive and sticking, I will show you that I don't use this type of tape. I use rolls of tape. And I'll show you later. So for now, bear with us, okay? Be a little patient. I just want to, so that you know this crap, how it's done. Only acid tape, that's right. Don't use Scotch tape. Don't use masking tape. Don't use packing tape, okay? Whenever you see the label acid-free tape, you can use. Okay, so this one is done. Now, there's many ways of framing. I think last week I showed you how to frame this picture, okay? And it's quite simple. It's to take one of these paper, okay? And what I did is I draw a triangle, okay? So basically I'm doing it like that. Let's say your picture is, now, okay, let's just stick with this picture, even though I'm gonna cut this picture. There's no frame, but when you shift your picture over like this, you have a frame. You have half a frame, right? So I'm gonna cut from here to here in a corner and frame it. So what I did was here, last week I used this piece of paper, okay? I go like this. Now I'm gonna make a mark, okay? You use my ruler. I'm gonna make a mark across this. Okay, and basically is to do a corner, to cut a corner, okay? The one that I did is, I only did two. Can you see the, okay, sorry, like this. This is one, and you notice that it's a short and long, okay? It's not exactly even 90, it's not like a square. It's a long triangle. It's one of these, okay? So you're just gonna cut a corner, okay? You can make lots and lots of these corners yourself. There's 2 ways of doing it, just for corners. You can put the corner underneath, okay? Or you can put the corner over it, just like photo corner, okay? And you have 4 of them. So I'm gonna do 4 of them just to show you, okay? And because of time, I don't want you to wait and watch me here. So you can have this. It's way too big. So the way to make it even is once you have 1 corner done, you take it and you use this as a trace and put it against other paper. And so that you cut them exactly for the same, so that at least you know that they all look about the same and not like, because the triangle, if you don't have a template, then you're gonna end up with all different sizes, okay? 你剪咗第一個之後咧，嗰一個就成為你嘅帽 ，OK？ 咁你就揸住嗰個，就用其啲紙咧繼續剪4個 ，OK？ 嗱 ，OK， 我呢度已經有3個嘅，剪多一個啦。嗱，你有4個角咧，你可以咁樣，呢一個係一個雙法 ，OK？ 好多碎紙嘅會 ，OK？OK， 咁係一個雙法，但係你亦都可以一張 ，then you can OK this is over and then you can put it underneath as well and it becomes another way. Then you can frame it like this, OK? You can frame it like this by putting it underneath. So it doesn't matter. It's your preference, OK? It's your preference. 嗱，而家講啲嘢俾你聽啦。有陣時點解你啲嘢你要冚住咧？譬如話有一幅相，譬如話有啲地方你唔中意嘅 ，OK？ 呢個時候你就可以用嚟遮住啲嘢 ，OK？ 我有陣時我睇到啲相咧，人哋屋企嗰啲相，嗰埲牆上面有啲好怪嘅相，好啲怪嘅畫 ，OK？ 咁我唔中意，咁我就用 framing 呢個 technique 嚟 cover it，OK？ 咁人哋唔知道你係 covered 啦，但係如果你個 frame 啱咁咧，整到咧，你就可以冚就變咗成幅相就會靚啲啦 ，OK？ 咁呢個又係你哋自己隨意啦 ，OK？ 我唔可以話你一定要冚或者唔冚，多數啲相咧都唔應該需要冚啊 ，because it's pictures you've taken, OK? But once in a while, you might have a certain image that you don't like people to see. For example, one time I have a picture of somebody with their bare feet and the toes were showing. I thought it really looks ugly. So what I did is I used my border and I covered the toes so that you don't see the toes, okay? So let me show you how you can quickly make these corners. And what you do is you take a sheet of paper like this and you take your ruler and you basically measure 1 inch strip, okay? Okay, let me do this. Okay, let me start another sheet of paper. Okay, 用張新嘅。So use a piece of paper and you mark on 1 inches. So you're making 1 inch squares. And you cut the square in half and there's your triangle mount, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do one because, so mark out 1, 2, 3. So 1 inch wide. So 2 squares is enough, and all you do is angle to angle, there's your photo corner. Okay, corner to corner, cut, and that's it. So basically it's to make squares. You can make them 1 inch wide, or you can make them as big as you like, okay? Then you can, now this is where scrapbooking comes in. You can have lots of scrap paper after you're done, but scrapbookers don't usually throw away paper because we see use in everything. So even if it's something like that, I say, hey, I think I can get a 1 inch corner or a 1 inch square out of this. I will save it and cut it so that you have lots of these you can use later on, okay? And so this is one way of, this is a square corner, okay? Now, so the picture that you have cut earlier, you can frame it like in the middle like this, or you can frame it, and this is also framing. Frame it by putting corners around it, or take that away, or you can put corners underneath it. Okay, like I showed you earlier. What happened? Okay. You can put corners underneath it. Okay. So this is 3 ways of, this is another way already. Now to make it even more interesting, it's quite simple. I already cut the small one, okay? I can go like this. You see that? All of a sudden you have a color frame, okay? So you can have, of course, then you want the different colors, okay?
That's nice.
Yeah, and then you move them so that they're even, okay? Yeah, this is the part that you have to take time to do it, okay? And if you like, you can follow, okay? Okay, so that, oh, okay, I can do that. So that, again, that make it interesting. What happened to my other corner? Oh, here. Okay. Okay. So now you see the variety start to come out. You don't have to follow anyone. You don't have to follow me, but you have different ways of framing. Okay. Okay. Let me show you a few more differences. Then you get the idea. And then I'm sure all of you are very creative. You will be able to do it. And I'll give you 10, 15 minutes to do this, okay? Now this is one way already, okay? Let's change it up. Use these long corners now. Notice the long corners. They are one side is short and one side is long. They're they're no longer what they call equilateral triangle, okay? 唔係正嘅三角形啦，係一個長一個短 ，OK？ 嗱，你睇幅畫係咁，嗰幅相係咁，但係如果我轉晒佢咧，你將佢咁嘅時候咧，個樣好唔同啦。嗱，呢度上個禮拜我就做咗幅咁啦。嗱，對唔住，上個禮拜嗰個係淺色或者你睇唔到。OK， 咁你睇到呢幅啊，就係、短同長，咁你要配翻啦。呢邊打對角係短嘅、長嘅 ，OK？ 但係因為呢個係藝術嚟嘅，你話係咪一定要咁對角？唔係㗎噃 ，OK？You don't have to be exactly same. You can do something very different. You can make it so that it's actually different like this. 嗱，我已經俾咗你另一個睇法啦。你睇唔睇呢幅相？我可以擺兩層嘅對角喺度。我一樣係雙相 ，OK？ 嗱，我呢啲 show 俾你睇啦。睇唔睇到？嗱，呢幅相其實大咗㗎啦 ，OK？ 所以咧 ，so I'm sorry, my language is going crazy. I don't know English or Chinese. When you frame a picture, you're starting to think of how to put it down on your big piece of 12 by 12, okay?If your pictures are very small, and some of them are very small, I know that, especially old pictures, okay? You can frame it to make it big. When you have a big picture, you might want to frame it so that you can make the frame really tight, like down to 1/8 of an inch in terms of the side, okay? Let me show you, I'll give you an example. I'll show you this. So the most even ways is like this one.Very straight, 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, now so you got two pictures now. Let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture that is small, and when after you frame it, it actually becomes much bigger. Yeah, okay, 我睇你睇唔睇到呢幅相 ？OK。你睇唔睇得到上面呢一幅相？呢幅相咧得2寸乘3寸半嘅啫。It's only a 2 and 3.5, okay? And I use 2 mats, one on top of the other. It makes it much bigger. Now this is where framing gets really interesting, okay? If you go to art gallery and you look at how people frame pictures that hangs on the wall, it's the same thing, okay?The framing is actually just as important as your picture. Now, see this picture here? Okay, oh, sorry. See how thin this border is? It's only 1/8 of an inch, okay? Because this picture is big. So when you think of framing, you think of how many pictures you want to put on a page.So this page, I have 4 pictures. I have 4 different sizes. But what I did essentially is I tried to unify it so that 4 pictures fit 6 by 6. Okay, look at this picture. This is a small picture again. Okay, look at this. Okay, even with the frame, it's small. I put it frame on frame, and it takes up 6 inches of square. Now this picture is small.But because I put it within this, there is no frame here. This is just a back page. Okay, now I'm a little ahead of myself because I meant to teach you placement next week, okay? So, but bear in mind, the point is that framing can change your picture and change the size and dimension, okay? So I'm gonna give you time now. I'm gonna go and frame another picture. And you can watch me or you can follow along, okay? If you like to follow along, okay? Because you actually have 4 different ways of framing already. You have the even one, you have the even corner, top and bottom. Now I show you the uneven corner, multicolor, like 2 colors, okay? So I'm gonna change up this picture. This picture, look at that. There's a lot of dead space. Now, this is the problem. Very nice, Elaine, very nice. Yeah. I'm gonna make this picture a square picture, a 4 by 4, okay? So I'm gonna cut away the dead space. frame some pictures. People, go get a picture that you like that you can frame it, because today we're gonna put it down on our paper first, okay? I'm gonna take
Then I'm going to show you this. Actually, I use the cutout paper, the paper from my picture, the cutout. I put that and fill this corner.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Elaine
Yeah,
Leong, Elaine Leong, can you show that again?
Okay.
What did you do for the corner?
She take the corner that she cut out.
Yeah, this is the cutout from one of my pictures. Then I just use that to fill this corner.
Oh,
You
okay.
can do that too. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
very nice,
That's
very
so
nice.
creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So scrapbooking, one of the things with scrapbooking is, I don't know if I should tell you this, because you get very messy and your husband and your family get very annoyed with you. Every bit of paper you don't throw away, because it's exactly what Elaine did, okay? Even if I have a strip of paper good enough to use, I keep that for a while. And later on, when it comes to color coordination, you realize that, oh, I only need this little bit of paper. So don't go cut a big 12 by 12 and then go cut off a corner like that, okay? That would be wasting your paper, okay? So you keep all your little paper. Okay, let me see. One, okay, sorry. I'm trying to cut down this picture for myself so I can show you. I'm gonna do a very tight frame, okay, for a square picture. Now, one other thing is, you can't see the line you see on top. So what you do is you just look underneath the picture, hold up to the light to make sure that you don't cut off something that you want, okay? Always check before you cut, okay? Always check. So I check and I say, okay, I didn't cut off the children's toes.嗱，呢個咧，我自己本人最中意就係好幼嘅，睇唔睇到好幼嘅 ？OK， 好幼嘅 frame。
好靚啊！
嚇，因為嗰個樣嗰個 feel 係好唔同嘅。OK，so now I can leave it like that, and you go, oh, why don't I cut it off? Yes, you can, but think a little bit farther. I'm gonna keep it like this, so that I can do something on the bottom to embellish this picture later. Now that's also framed, okay? Because if I cut it off, yes, you can still do the embellishment, but it's just, again, a different feel. So I can have this picture here, and later on, when I have a sticker or something, I will teach you that later, okay? Then this is already ready for you to embellish. So again, this is like, see? So if this works, guess what? You can have a picture that goes sideways. Let me show you this. So this is my ant, okay? Again, this is a very small picture. This is a 2x3 picture, okay? So what I did is I put her on one side and I leave the whole mat. This is a 4x6 mat. And then my embellishment go on the side, okay? So this is my, now see, these are very narrowly cut, okay? These are 1/8 of an inch picture, okay? So anyone have you done some pictures already? Because I want to hear your stories. I know, Elaine, you had a beautiful picture there. Is that your daughter?
Oh, the one I just showed you? It was me at young age. It was me at young age.
Oh, nice.
And this is also me at young age.
Okay.
So the theme of this page is my young age and dating years.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And
That's
then
really
eventually,
nice.
I have this picture framed already.
Oh,
That's my dating years.
oh, wow.
Yeah, so I actually use another technique. I make this round, and then I use the backup paper that you gave me as the background.
Yes, yes. You've done some scrapbooking.
No, but because I was at your class last week, so I learned everything from you, and I just take time to find some pictures and start doing it. Because recently nobody prints any pictures anymore, so I have to find the old pictures.
Yes.
That I have.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. What Elaine showed is actually she gave me an idea. So what you guys can do, the same as she does. You notice hers is a semicircle, okay? Now, I have to emphasize, because right now none of you have tools. 你哋冇工具嘅其實, okay? We are confined to a pair of scissors and a paper, and your pen, okay? So 咁嘅時候呢, you will find you can only do straight lines, okay? But what Elaine does was a really good idea. And all you have to do is go get something round, go get a plate, okay? Go get a bowl from your kitchen and basically trace it on a piece of paper, okay? And then cut it. It's as simple as that, okay? 你自己揾一個型，譬如你去揾個碗或者揾個碟喺廚房度，你擺低佢 ，OK？ 你擺低佢嗱，你個盒咁，你話我中意呢個盒嗰個，你知唔知呢個盒咧？佢嗰個側邊嗰度咧係切咗角嘅 ，OK？ 如果你擺低佢咁樣嘅時候咧，你 trace 出嚟咧個型咧係唔同嘅嗱，我 show 俾你睇，我即刻 show 俾你睇。Okay, let's see. I have to be creative because you guys are so creative. Okay, here. 呢個月餅盒嚟嘅啫 ，OK， 所以人人都會有啲咁嘅嘢噶啦。咁你就擺低佢嗱，你睇呢度係個 framing 嚟嘅 ，OK。你將你幅相又好，你圍住個角嗰度畫 ，OK。I think I need a pencil. The point is that you can have different shapes. If you find something with that shape, and then you trace it, and then you cut it. OK， 好簡單嘅啫。OK， 因為喺 scrapbooking 裏邊咧，佢係有好多嘅工具咧，令到你能夠有唔同嘅型嘅。但係而家 right now we don't have those tools, so we try to be even more creative. OK， 所以嗱一個咁嘅咧，你已經可以剪出嚟咧，就有你剪得好啲啊，唔好我畫得咁肉酸 OK。咁你睇下呢個係一個好似一個八角形咁樣噶啦 OK。即係你有啲乜嘢咧，你就可以揾支筆嚟 trace 咗佢，然之後剪咗佢。咁你就頭先呢個幅相嗰度嗰個，因為佢有個 arch，OK，that's a really good idea. Thank you. And then
其實我係用一個 yogurt 嘅蓋畫嘅嗰個圓圈。
That's right. And when you want to frame that, what you do is you push the frame out. What I mean by, okay, so for example, this is, you imagine this is your frame. You want a frame on frame. So you cut another one slightly bigger, another 1/8 inch, then you got your frame again. Okay, so it doesn't matter what the shape is. You can also create your own frame. Okay.
Elaine.
Anybody want to show us your picture?
Elaine.
Sue, I think you have some pictures, did you?
Elaine.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my mute?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Elaine, can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
No, Elaine,
No,
Lai, can
the
you
other
hear me?
one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. What about, yeah.
You only have 10 minutes left. Are you finishing the 4 pictures so that the placement will be ready?
Okay, I was gonna show them more placement next week, but okay, we can do placement. Okay.
No, is the 4 pictures finished, the framing of the 4 pictures?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they should have 4 pictures, right? Do you guys have 4 pictures done?
Yeah, you can do the framing next week if you want to, the placement next week if you want to.
Okay. Now, this is more or less my finished page, okay?
Can we see everybody's frame picture? Then you can do the placement next week.
Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna put it down because I want to show you something, okay? Your placement basically, when you have framed all your pictures, the placement is probably the second last step you would do, okay? So don't stick anything down yet. 唔好黐啲嘢住 ，OK？ 你整好晒咧，最緊要嘢就係擺喺度睇下，睇得順唔順眼 ，OK？Like do you like this？OK？ 咁呢個係 very personal 啦。有啲人話我唔中意，咁你話點解呢個成個窿啊？ I'm putting it here because I know I'm going to put something, a writing, I want to put some embellishment here, okay? Very, very rarely would you have a page of nothing, just pictures. The whole idea of scrapbooking is you will have text, you will have words, and you have other pictures like decorations, okay, to make the page more attractive. Remember these borders that I gave you? Remember those borders? Now this is part of the placement, so I don't want to talk about it too much, okay? But I can divide my page with my borders, okay? So the point is that you have to put down a page and you decide that you like it before you stick it down. Because once you stick it down, then it's done, okay? Now this border is too fat.
係咪要用嗰啲glue嚟貼嗰啲 border？
係啦，所有嗰啲嘢要黐嘅咧 when you need it, it's all you do is just put some glue on it, okay? If you're very generous with your glue, you can go all the way through. But with me, I probably would just put down glue on every single of these, on one of these triangle. And then because once you put it down, it will stick down really well, okay? I'm still trying to save glue because I'm very miserly. 好孤寒嘅，因為我真係用咗我買膠嘅錢係多過晒其餘嘅嘢，因為我成日要買膠，因為要 always run out，OK？ 所以有一樣嘢我唔俾人用咧，就係我唔俾人用我啲膠，但係你可以，如果你嚟同我 scrapbook 咧 ，you can use my paper anytime. Paper is cheap, but when it comes to glue, there's no end to using glue, OK？ So 呢個 border 咁你話 OK。Can you do it like that? Now I'm into placement now, but I don't want to talk about placement because May really wants you to put your picture down, okay? So I would say stick down your picture on the frame that you want. Make sure the pictures are all framed. And next week, bring back your 4 pictures and we will talk about placement. Because placement is a huge thing, okay? Yeah. So any
我
questions?
想問你頭先你 trace 嗰個白色盒咧，你點樣 cut 佢啊？
咁我揾把鉸剪慢慢 cut 啦。OK， 我就揾把鉸剪。我揾把鉸剪跟住 cut 噶啦，跟住個形嚟 cut 噶啦。你咪想我 cut 俾你睇下？
呀，咁我即係譬如我想放張相喺你畫嗰個樣嗰度，唔係
OK， 你想有個相有個俾你 OK 得，你睇睇啊。但係你要好小心 OK， 因為你係睇唔到你幅相嘅， 你畫你即係，但係你喺後邊嘅時候，你可以任你畫。
好似你頭先有嗰個圓嘅嗰咧。
嗱，譬如呢幅相咁，譬如我想淨係要呢個細蚊仔嘅樣 ，OK？ 咁你就要將呢個印咧印喺後邊。嗱，你要好小心啦，因為你應該就係因為我哋冇工具緣故啦，你要擺到佢正中。咁如果你剪完之後咧，你嗰幅相就剪咗，你明唔明意思啊？即係你要將嗰個嘢畫喺呢一個，你要吸喺呢一度，吸喺呢度 ，and then trace 佢。
OK。
你 trace 喺後邊，你一定 trace 喺後邊，你唔可以 trace 喺前邊。Okay? Tracing has to be at the back, otherwise, for sure, you're gonna mess up your pictures, right? But the thing is, sometimes it's tricky because you can't see. So I hold it up to the sun. I can see it. I can see that. I know that my shape is right. So quickly, I put it down, and I take a red pen. Where's my red pen? And I trace it. 我唔知黑筆啦。咁咧，因為嗱，佢呢個有個圓角嚟嘅 ，OK？ 呢一個我調轉咗佢，我有個圓角，睇唔睇到啊？呢個圓角 ，OK？ 咁你可以剪啦。咁你知你剪完之後咧 ，OK？ 我試下我剪俾你睇 ，OK？ 我剪俾你睇。咁或者咧，你整完之後，你仲想要多個要大啲嘅啦，呢度就巧妙啲啦，因為你要自己再印一個咧，係比呢幅相再多，譬如1/8寸闊嘅，即係全部闊1/8，長1/8， and then trace it again， and then you can create your own frame. But that one is actually challenging. Okay, so that one is challenging. Okay, without tools, it is challenging, but with tools, it's quite simple. Okay. So, but it's not totally impossible. So you found something that you like with a round corner. You can round all your pictures to be rounded, to have rounded corner as well. Okay.
À, 我想問啊，黐上嗰啲膠咧，係咪喺 Michael 度買㗎？
有 Michael 有得賣，喺 Walmart 都有得賣。
Walmart 啊
？Walmart 又有 ，Michael 又有。
OK， 咁應該 Walmart 平啲啩？
係，冇錯。
我想問你
買
呢個
呢種啊？係咪買呢種啊？
我想問你呢個
OK 呢一個咧，弊在咧Michael 嗰啲咧就係大卷好多噶啦但係Walmart 咧佢係 actually Walmart 有，但係 Walmart 真係唔係好多嘅啫。OK，
係啊。
嗱，如果你哋真係有興趣買咧，你可以上網買，去Amazon.ca 度揾即係呢啲真係就係你要花少少時間去做自己去揾啦 ，OK？ 同埋你一買咧，如果你真係有心做咧，買多啲 ，OK？ 唔使驚嘅，唔會話嘥咗啦，出咗嚟啦。
好靚，
好靚，
好靚啊！
好靚。
咁你呢個
我先問下，呢個剪到出嚟點裝飾啊？
哦，你而家講裝飾添啊，好心急過我啊！
係啦，
係啦 ，OK， 等我 show 埋俾你睇。嗱，你睇幅
留翻啲月餅下，幾好喎，幾好。
啊，好靚，
係咯，好靚，
好靚，有圓角。
咁樣切住 ，OK。
可以切咗佢，咁就有唔同想法。所以 really framing is like just talking about framing. We can go on for 2 hours. But I try to give you a taste of a little bit of everything. Okay, so there is a tool out there called a rounder. And what it is, it will cut your corner immediately, okay? So I don't want to overwhelm you, but now you get a taste of it. I can show it to you another time, okay? Around.
OK， 哇，好靚。
嗱，你睇呢個，你睇呢個靚唔靚啊？你睇唔睇到嗰個？
靚啊！嚇，
呢一個呢啲係有個 cutter cut 出嚟嘅 ，OK 側邊呢啲嚇，所以 the world of scrapbooking is huge。我哋啱啱開始，所以忍耐啲 ，OK。但係你一做識嗰啲 basic 嘅咧，你有好多嘢你可以自己做，你都可以話我唔需要買啲咁多呢啲嘢，所以係豐儉由人 ，OK。咁，
我想問你嗰啲菇咧，佢而家呢個冇寫住話 non-acid 嘅喎。
啊有嘅，等。
我哋而家呢卷係冇寫住，係咪要買就要睇住佢寫住嚟嘅咧？
喺呢個盒嗰度咧，
有寫㗎。
呢度寫住 acid free 嘅。
哦。
OK，acid free
哦 ，OK。
acid 嘅嚇 ，acid free 嘅。
哦 ，OK。
一定要 acid free。
OK，thank you。
唔係啊，我睇唔到喎。你俾我。
呢個盒咧，你哋可以拆咗掟咗㗎啦。但係呢個盒喺側邊呢度寫住 acid free。OK， 係咪 acid free 啊 ？OK。acid free 啊
OK。
OK。嗱，我再講埋一樣嘢，好快啫 ，OK， 2-3分鐘得啦。嗱，多數你講 placement 咧，其實最好睇，我覺得好睇嘅咧，多數咧就係單數嘅嘢 ，OK，like odd number。Why I say that? Because this is a 12 by 12 page. If you go even number, yeah, actually it doesn't really matter. But I like odd number for that. You can have something like that. Then you have more space to do your embellishment. So 3 is good, or 1 is good too. 2 is okay, right? There's no right or wrong. But 3, like you can have embellishment here and there. OK， 嗱，淨係擺咧，擺個位已經好啦。所以下個禮拜我同你講擺位 ，OK？ 擺位就仲多嘢講啦，因為 and then 你哋下個禮拜翻嚟4幅相雙好晒 ，please。OK。嗱，最好就係揀啲相係有個 theme 嘅，好似頭先 Elaine 講話，佢年輕拍拖嘅時候 ，OK， 咁將揾4幅相，至多揾5幅，唔好多過5幅啦 ，OK， 係同一個 theme 嘅 ，OK， 嗱呢一啲咧全部係我細蚊仔，我個小孩子細個時候嗰啲相，所以好簡單嘅啫。咁譬如你可以有個 you can have a birthday party，OK，or you can have a wedding，so those themes are big。So just find 4 pictures next week and bring it back, framed, and then we will put it on the paper. Okay, we'll put it, then next week I'm going to talk about placement. I'm going to talk about placement. I need to talk about color coordination. Okay, 點樣配色 Okay, is that good?
其實
OK，thank you。
Thank you。
Scrapbooking 係好好玩嘅，所以如果你哋出去賣嘢，係咪喺邊個見到有邊一度平嘅咧，通知大家啊喂，個個人可以去賣。嗰啲嘢好貴嘅，你越整越貴嘅嗰啲嘢。
係。
Elaine 好叻賣嘢㗎，係成日走去 Facebook 嗰度賣緊。不過呢個係 next lesson，another lesson， 去邊度買嘢
I will tell you, yeah. And I mean scrapbook 有一樣 in this situation 咧 if we can